Hey guys, what's going on? It is Friday, 7/7/17. Um, I just following back up. I posted a video, I guess about a week ago, about kind of going through what I've been dealing with over the last couple of years from unexplained stress fractures. And I said that during that video, I said that I was having a follow up appointment with an endocrinologist this week, and that I would post a follow up from that that appointment. So here it is. Um, so the results were, and if you recall where we left off last time, I was going back to get to discuss what tests need to be ran next. They had ran a genetics test for the osteogenesis imperfecta that came back negative. Um, we ran some more blood work and a 24-hour urine test that came back that my phosphorus was too high. I was wasting too much phosphorus through my urine, and the phosphorus in my blood was low, which is hypophosphatemia, and the calcium and vitamin D was also low. Two forms of vitamin D were low in my blood. So what we talked about yesterday was what we need to do next, or where do we go from here. And it's interesting that we were consulting, my girlfriend and I consulting Dr. Google, and her dad actually came across, her dad who was also a doctor, came across an article or a case study in a medical journal that he had found a couple weeks ago actually. And it's interesting that the endocrinologist mentioned the same thing because it's pretty rare from what I understand. My limited knowledge of it so far, I'm still trying to do some more research on it, um, but it's called tumor-induced osteomalacia, which I think I may have mentioned it during the other video that the hypophosphatemia can lead to osteomalacia, which is essentially a severe vitamin D deficiency. I think I mentioned it's known as rickets in adolescents, but in adults it's known as, referred to as osteomalacia. But if there's no, I guess, definitive cause for it, then one of the um, possible causes is tumor induced, meaning your body develops a tumor at some point in your adult life, and that tumor, which is, I think it's most often found in soft tissue, but it can also certainly be found in the bone. Um, Once it forms, it starts um, like it's always going. It's like it's feeding off of your body, and it produces I don't know if it's a protein or what it is, but I think it's FGF23. It's a something growth factor 23, and when your body produces too much of that, it will have an effect on your kidney's ability to absorb phosphorus, or let phosphorus be absorbed into your system, as well as it affects the kidney's ability to convert the vitamin D that you take in through your diet or supplements into the active form of vitamin D, which I don't want to speak ignorantly, but I think it's D25 or something like that. So the next thing we're going to do is they took some more blood, took some more urine, because I've been on the medication that he put me on, the calcitriol and the Vertfos 250 for 3 weeks now. I want to say that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, and when I say that, I mean, less. How do I put it? I guess you call it trigger pain, or things that trigger the pain at my fractures. I want to say is less, but I'm not 100%, so I can't really say that yet. But anyway, I've been on it for 3 weeks. He said he'd rather wait, for a 4 to 6 week time frame, but with my difficulty with, traveling there, because I have to get like I mentioned before, a transport company, transportation service to come get me, because I am in a wheelchair now, to save from having the risk of falling, being on crutches or a walker. But they're gonna send out to a specialty lab to get the the FGF23 tested, and if that comes back higher than it should be, then I'm not sure of the percentage, but it's virtually 95, maybe to 100% chance that it's likely tumor induced. So what'll happen after that is I'll go through a series of, hopefully just one, but possibly a series of imaging scans to try to find the tumor, or perhaps multiple. Hopefully it's just a single one. I think in most cases it is. The issue is that they can be very small and they're very slow growing. So depending on how long if it is that it's been there, I guess will dictate how easy it is to find or how difficult it is to find. So best case scenario is the results come back that reading is high. We get the body scan and they find it, and then the treatment would be to go in and obviously remove it, plus remove the area surrounding it to help mitigate the chance of recurrence. Next step down from that best case scenario would be the results come back high, we do the scan and they find it, but given where it is, they can't operate to remove it, and so I'm stuck with it. So even with that though, it's treatable even if the tumor remains, is my understanding again, and it's treatable with, coincidentally enough, the medicines that I'm on right now, the Vert FOS 250 and the calcitriol are medicines that you would take with this condition. So it's manageable, which is a good thing. And eventually, obviously what you're trying to do is counteract and offset the effect the tumor's having by taking this medicine, and then you have to obviously get probably regular blood work to make sure that your levels are staying on the positive side. And as long as they are, then theoretically your body should be pretty much normal. And obviously I say that loosely. But then that would then lead to speeding up the recovery. So going back to the best case scenario is if they do find it and remove it, then almost immediately your body starts getting back to normal. Once that tumor is out of the system, it stops producing that FGF23, and then your renal canal function goes back to normal. Your levels will start getting back to normal almost, I think, within a few days, if not sooner. Obviously, there'd still be recovery time for the fractures, but they would then start to heal at a much more normal rate than, like I said, going on 2 years now, over 2 years now. So, worst case is if the results come back and it's not elevated, then we're kind of back to, okay, what's causing this? And we did talk about a couple, perhaps, other genetic issues, but he said those are rare, even rarer than the tumor induced. So we'll deal with those or that possibility when the results come back and we see what those look like. So that's pretty much it for now. I just wanted to give you guys the update because I said I would, and hopefully if this is providing you all some good information, feel free to comment down below and let me know, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks.